Brooklyn fears Finn could hurt Violet. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, General Hospital Update. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. As Finn heads to a bar to drown his sorrows, Brooklyn expresses concerns about Violet to Chase, General Hospital. The Metro Court pool is open and both Joss and Gio are working there. Christina has words with Natalia, and Maxie plans a sleepover for the kids. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. General Hospital spoilers June 24 to 28. Joss works as a lifeguard at the Metro Court pool, and Gio is one of the new attendants. Spinelli shows up with James and asks Joss if she's seen Jason since Brooklyn's wedding. Joss hasn't. Spinelli knows there is tension between him and Sonny, and he's a bit worried. Suddenly, Gio stops James from doing a cannonball. He and Joss tell him how dangerous that could have been, as that was the shallow end. James runs off with Spinelli, and Joss asks Gio what someone who plays the violin like an angel is doing working as a pool attendant. He explains his Aunt Olivia got him a job as he's moved here. He realizes Joss is Carly's daughter. Joss says that makes them both Nepo hires, but Gio says his aunt put him through an interview and on probation for the first month. She wonders why he's slumming it down here and not blowing up Carnegie Hall. Gio tells Joss he's actually be performing this summer at Summer Stage. She says people camp out for those tickets. He admits they are hard to get unless one knows someone. As Gio kneels down to pick up towels, she asks if he can get her in. He asks if lifeguards here sweep and pick up towels as favors. Joss laughs that they don't sweep and playfully shoves him, and he's sent into the pool. She swears that was an accident. Trina arrives as Gio steps out of the pool soaked. Joss tells Gio how embarrassed she is and says if anyone asks why the new guy took a swim fully clothed, then she'll take the blame. He asks for an introduction to her friend, and Joss introduces her best friend Trina. Joss explains Gio is the violinist she told her about from the wedding. As Joss and Gio joke, Trina smiles at him. Gio also reveals he'll be going to PCU, which means hopefully they'll be seeing more of each other. They all sit down, and Joss asks why Gio is coming to PCU. He says he was fourth chair where he was, and PCU recruited him, is giving him a full ride, and made him first chair. Joss and Trina warn him the scholarship students always get the worst dorm assignments, but Gio says he'll be living at the Quartermain house. He likes them and living with a big family. Joss laughs. Have you met Tracy? He says his Aunt Olivia has already warned him about her. Trina tells Gio she works at an art gallery, and they are planning an event soon and they could use music that won't overpower people's conversations. Gio is definitely interested and asks if he can give her his number. She smiles and replies, sure. After Gio gets back to work, Trina opens up to Joss. She says for a while she used to see Spencer everywhere, but it finally stopped. However, when she saw Gio get out of the pool, Joss knows and embraces her. At the memorial, Chase spies Finn downing drinks in the alcove, then taking a breath mint. Suddenly Georgie appears and yells out, found him. Finn turns around and acts like nothing is going on. Georgie says she was looking for him and Violet. They head back to the main area. Maxie arrives and tells Finn and Chase that she's sorry for their loss. Brooklyn comes out with Violet, and Georgie asks if Violet can go to the pool with them. Violet wants to go. Maxie says she can take them all to the pool, exhaust them, and then take them home for a sleepover. Finn says Violet's suit and overnight bag are in Chase's car. He offers to get them, but Chase says he will. Brooklyn can sense something is up. When Violet and Georgie run off, Maxie tells Finn that if he doesn't want Violet to sleep over, she can be the bad guy and says she can't. Finn thinks it would be good for Violet, and he needs to pack up his dad's clothes, which will be hard for her to see. Brooklyn offers to help him, but Finn wants to do it alone. Chase returns with the bag, and Finn tells Violet to listen to Maxie and have a lot of fun. He asks if she can do that for him. She doesn't know, as he doesn't want to leave her dad all alone. She asks her dad if he's crying, and he says maybe just a little because he has the sweetest daughter and is so proud of her. He also doesn't want her to ever worry about him. She points out that he worries about her, but he explains that's his job as her dad. Violet says daughters have a job too, to make sure their dads aren't lonely. He says she's doing a very good job of that, as he doesn't remember the last time he felt lonely. He says she's doing such a good job, she deserves a break, and should go have fun with Maxie and her kids. Finn tells Chase what a great job he did with the memorial, and he doesn't think he could have done that. He says he's tired and needs to get started packing their dad's clothes away so Violet doesn't have to keep seeing them. He heads out, and Brooklyn tells Chase she's worried about Finn being alone, and he refused her help in packing Gregory's things up. Chase thinks he wants to be alone so he can drink in peace. Chase explains he found him drinking and tried to hide it. Brooklyn was afraid this would happen. He asks why she didn't tell him. She was hoping she was wrong, and that he knew his brother better than she did. Chase is beginning to wonder if he even knew Finn at all. Chase doesn't know how he didn't see this. He's a detective. She says alcoholics are good at fooling people. She also says Chase is also in mourning, and Finn gave him years of reasons not to trust him. Chase says they have to talk to Finn, as he has to know why his brother is drinking and lying about it. However, he doesn't know what to do if he keeps lying to him. Brooklyn admits if Finn wants to drink, there isn't anything they can do to stop him. She says they can help Violet, and they may need to step up. She asks with Finn's current state, he wouldn't do anything to put Violet in harm's way, would he? Back at the pool, Spinelli plays with James and Georgie in the pool, as Violet talks to Maxie. Violet admits she's worried about her dad, as he's at home all alone. Maxie assures her sometimes grown-ups like to be alone. She says if she doesn't want to sleep over, she can take her home, but she knows her dad wants her to have some fun. Finn returns to his place and begins packing up his dad's clothes to donate them. He recalls helping his dad get ready before the wedding. He eventually looks at an Alcoholics Anonymous pamphlet. Finn makes a call to inquire about an AA meeting at a church, which had to stop them a while back due to construction. He thanks the person on the phone for the info they give him and then looks at his car keys on the table. He grabs them and takes off. Finn heads to the Brown Bear, sits at the bar, and orders shots of tequila. In the studio, Natalia tells Christina it's a beautiful day, so she probably wants to be out in the sunshine. Christina notes Ollie's giving off all the light she needs. After Blaze finishes the take is done, Marv the engineer says it was perfect. Blaze, in the booth, wants to try again, but Natalia says it's perfect as is. Blaze sends Marv on a break, and Christina thinks Natalia should let Ellie decide which take she likes best. Natalia says she knows her daughter, and she always agrees with her assessment every time. Natalia says she heard Christina wasn't coming today. Christina explains she moved things around to surprise Ollie and notes that it seems she's always surprising Natalia. Natalia feels like Christina is hinting that she's rude to her. Christina says she didn't say that, but points out that Natalia is as subtle as a brick. Natalia thinks it's best to be honest with people. Christina says she was raised knowing honesty without tact equals cruelty, and she should just admit she doesn't want her here. Natalia says she has no control over Allison's personal life, and she is still adjusting to her role in Allison's life. She says Christina is a bright woman with a good future ahead of her, and she might not be the person she'd pick for Allison, but sometimes it's a surprise who their kids bring home. Natalia says she can see how much Allison cares for Christina, and she trusts her to put Allison's feelings before hers when they inevitably part ways. Christina asks Natalia why she would imply she and Ollie will break up. Natalia says Allison cares about her, but her career is about to take off. She explains there will come a point where Allison will have to choose between pursuing her dream or staying here with her. Natalia explains that Christina can take that choice away from her. Natalia pushes her to end this relationship and do what's best for Allison. Christina says she can't predict the future, but Natalia says this is going to happen, and she can save them both a lot of heart talk. She explains soon enough she'll learn and mother will always protect their child. Later in the recording booth, Blaze tells her mom that she talked to Marv and they all agree that the recent take was the one, and she can say, "I told you so." Blaze asks what she and Christina were talking about. Natalia says not much, and Christina is here to see her. She goes to listen to the track and sends Christina in. Blaze tells Christina after the way they left things that she was surprised to see her here. Christina says she wasn't going to not come, but she realized couldn't put this off, and she owes her an apology. She says she overreacted and shouldn't have stormed out. Blaze thanks her for saying that and says she's been sick over this, and she shouldn't have talked to Molly. Christina says she could blame it on the hormones, but she gets sensitive when she talks about her dad. Christina says she talked to Molly about what happened, and Molly explained she had to pull the truth out of her. She also feels like expecting her to keep this secret was something her father would do. Blaze says she's nothing like her father. She was thinking about the baby and Molly. They embrace. Outside the booth, Natalia listens to the track back with Merv, but when she sees her daughter embracing Christina, her face goes from joy to almost contempt. On the next General Hospital, Finn drinks with a woman at the bar. At the pool, Nita tells Willow she's on board for more peace. Drew says he takes that as a compliment. Dex tells Christina things are best left forgotten. Chase asks Brooklyn how this ends without one or both of them hating them. Jake tells his mom that he didn't want to tell her, but he had to. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel.